I don't care if you've been on that Capcom World Tour all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, with all the dank is the dank shit on my left. Blue.
It's 8:36 p.m. You know your children are?
Mm. Actually, I do. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, joke people out on the threes, postponed.
We need to have across the Dankverse. I'm just saying.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Uh, Old Ninja is in the wind. He will be probably back next week. But we got some stuff for you, and hopefully we'll have Stitch join in a little bit later on.
Yes, it should be on. Hopefully, because I mean, if he misses this, I know he wants to talk about the Spider
He,
Verse.
he's, he's, g- he's got to join so people know that me and him are the same person.
So.
I remember that accusation.
Yeah.
All right, what
Yeah,
stats we
right.
got?
Listener of the week would be X0R once again, Steve. Thank you very much for listening. We definitely appreciate it. And
Yeah.
nobody is in the chat just yet, but when they jump in, I'll say hello.
Sounds good.
Dude, you guys.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's my bad. We're gonna do something.
I was gonna
say-
say, even without old ninja, we got at least one RIP that we know of. We can only do the ones we know of.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable talking about the other ones. I really don't know who they are. So, you want me to do it? Or
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess I have to because, me or Blue, because you're on your phone. This RP goes out to the Iron Sheik. He died today, which is a fucking bummer. Just a couple hours before the podcast started. So he was born Hossein. I'm probably going to murder this dude's name. Khosrow Ali Varizi, and he was a WWE legend who was one of Hulk Hogan's. What's up?
He was a WWF legend.
Yeah, back in the
the
day.
WWF
yeah.
thingy. Yeah, before it became an E.
Which is weird. Well, it's just funny because I can't believe the Wildlife Foundation won that one. But anyway, he was one of Hulk Hogan's greatest rivals in the 1980s. He was an Iranian-born Iron Sheik. He was a one-time WWF champion and won the tag team championship with Nikolai Volkov, which is like one of the greatest racist tag teams of all time. Starting with WrestleMania 3, his signature move was the camel clutch. He had been a soldier in the Imperial Iranian Army. He appeared in films and TV such as The Tale of Three Mohammeds in 2005 and made appearances as himself on Robot Chicken as well as The Eric Andre Show. In 2014, the Iron Sheik acted in a documentary about his life titled The Iron Sheik. He died in his home in Georgia at the age of 81. That dude, he really did redefine what a heel was for wrestling. He was one of the greatest heels of all time.
Folks could, even to this day, they have trouble picking out where Iran is on a fucking map. But I give him props for playing that role really fucking well. And like I said, Americans didn't know shit about that country, but
they had a solid wrestling. They had like the Iranian wrestling team was like solid. I mean, they went to Olympics multiple times, and like I think they won a couple times. So,
yeah, I would just make the distinction between Olympic wrestling and WWE.
Oh no, I mean, you'd be surprised at how many Olympic wrestlers move over to WWE. It's like a whole shitload that are very successful.
I don't doubt it. Yeah. I don't doubt it. I just obviously WWE, WWF. It's a whole lot of acting. It's a whole lot of fun. It's a whole lot of scripted off the hook shit. But shout out to him. He was one of the best characters. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, he was.
Right, so I had to look it up because that camel clutch thing just sounded like some kind of sexual term. And so I looked up on Urban Dictionary. So the first one is if they talk about the Iron Sheik, and that's like that was his signature move. But the second one says that it's a sexual finishing move where a male sits atop a female's back before having an orgasm. In this move, the male locks his fingers underneath the female's chin, pulls up as hard as he can while blowing a load. Typically, this move is combined with another move called the fish hook, or better, the double fish hooker. The double fish hook. It says, Sarah, did you hear about what happened to Amy last night? Did he try another sexual move? Yeah, Barry gave her the camel clutch and she can't keep her head straight anymore.
Jesus Christ. You know what's funny about this? The Urban Dictionary shit is like it's funny when you're younger, but as your age, it's like nobody ever did this shit ever.
I know,
Like,
right?
Yeah, I mean, super obscure stuff. I'll give you that. But yeah, yeah, I love the fact that it was like this place, and it still is, where you can look up stuff where you're like, that's not real. Okay,
yeah.
found it there. But were there? I don't think any of the other ones I recognized on the list for Old
No,
Nick.
I don't
We're gonna
recognize
save
them either.
those.
Yeah, we will save them. Don't worry, they'll still be dead next week.
All right. I know I am. I know we'll talk about it in even more detail later, but I have not seen Spider-Verse, so I'm going to step out when you guys do go with it.
Yeah, just give us some time. We'll wait till Stitch gets on here. If he gets on here, if he's too late, then we'll just start talking about it. But
Yeah, no worries.
let's go somewhere else first.
Did you guys catch my intro? Do you guys remember that PSA they used to have on the news?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
because I remember because like there was some kid on YouTube on TikTok. He was wondering like why people from like the '80s like drank from a hose.
A water hose?
Yeah, he's like, why don't you just go inside and get a drink of water? It's like because you couldn't go inside. Like you couldn't go inside. Like you would like.
Yes, you were not allowed inside the
you were
house.
not allowed.
Until
Yeah,
the light came on.
they would tell you to go home. I'm like the only time you come inside, maybe use the bathroom. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you were basically raised by the fucking wolves. You know,
Yes.
so yeah, and that,
So
and that line they talk about it too. Like they would have to have PSAs to remind parents to fucking parent their children. Like, where are your children? Go find them and parent them.
My favorite shit from that time period. They would have it on fucking Saturday morning cartoons and commercials and PSAs as well. Don't fucking play hide and go seek inside old abandoned refrigerators.
Yeah.
Like they had to beat that shit into our fucking heads because it was, I guess it was happening all the fucking time. You know?
Yeah, apparently. But it was crazy because with the "Do you know where your children is?" PSA, like they had celebrities do it, and like I remember like Grace Jones did one of them. Cyndi Lauper, I think Howie Mandel was on there too. Like a lot of celebrities were getting behind it, and it turned out to be like one newscaster's intro that he decided to do, and it just kind of took off from there. And became this huge thing.
PSAs are always interesting in hindsight because you know, or even the whole thing of the milk cartons having missing kids.
Yeah,
like that doesn't make any sense to people who are like 22 or whatever right now. They're like, what are you talking about? Why would the milk carton have children on it?
Well, it's odd in this, in this society because, like I said, we grew up in like you just when you were a kid, especially latchkey, they would just go wherever the fuck you wanted, within reason, most of the time. But like today, it's like it's very rare that a kid goes anywhere without an adult that they know. It's pretty rare. So yeah.
Yep. And I'll say throughout the 90s and onward, you just got a heightened sense of, oh shit, a lot of kids are getting it felt like a lot of kids are getting kidnapped. A lot of kids are, I think
it kind of just it all seemed to take off with Polly Class. I think her story kind of like shined a light on kids being like kidnapped and gone missing, and it just seems like every other week there's a kid being taken.
Yeah, there were a lot of movies of the week about that shit too. So.
Little Billy was down by the creek and skipping rocks, but then somebody asked if he wanted some candy from his minivan, and we never saw little Timmy again.
That shit was also true in terms of candy from strangers. Like, most dangerous shit ever. Or you could hear random urban legends every fucking Halloween. Yeah, there's razor blades and all the fucking candy.
Yeah, that should never.
But, well, it's also funny, like in the ghetto, there's always that one house like that. There was that candy lady where she had like crazy amount of candy and like frozen like Kool-Aid and stuff that you can buy from her. But everybody was cool with that back then. You can't have that shit now.
Yeah, I think there's our society has kind of gone overboard with like some of the scare tactics. Like every goddamn year, now they talk about how during Halloween, check your kids' candy because it could be edibles. It's like nobody's fucking giving kids edibles. This shit is expensive. Like,
for real.
We're like giving them a gold brick. Like, why would we do that? Like, nobody's giving your kid weed. And even if they did, your kid would be fine. So nobody's ever died from weed ever. So
But here's the other thing too. You think they're not only gonna waste all that fucking money on good weed, but they're also gonna fucking pre-package that shit, like
Yeah,
vacuum seal it and all that, and put it in wrappers? No, come on now, that's way too much effort.
that's just crazy.
Wow. Might as well just get high and fuck it.
Exactly. Exactly. And then the other thing is most, like me and Kronos did last year, like most parents actually take their kids trick or treating. It's not a whole lot of just random kids out on their own because here's the thing: random kids out on their own will start fucking stealing other kids' bags of candy.
Yeah, especially the older
Or-
kids. They just jack the little kids.
Mm-hmm. So
Little kids for bags.
yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember any other good PSAs other than the stuff like GI Joe had a PSA at the end of every fucking episode.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, for reals.
Yeah.
I think G.I. Joe had it on lock. Like that's the only other ones I can think of is like the more you know ones, but those are kind of more modern versus the old school G.I. Joe and the other ones.
Shit, GI Joe taught me how to tread water, and I still fucking remember that shit to this day. Scissor kick, move your arms a little bit. You know what I mean? That shit was good. Anyway,
I remember for that PSA, the kid like fell off the cliff, like fell into the ocean.
remember that shit. I do remember that shit. And then the other thing, in terms of like over extreme, trying to regulate preteens and teens or whatever. I remember late 80s, early 90s and shit where random ass fucking routine strip mall fucking sidewalks would just be like, no skateboarding, it's illegal. Don't here, no rollerblades.
Oh yeah.
Ever. Like there's not even any place to do any cool tricks or anything close to
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just a random ass fucking sidewalk. You know what I mean? Yeah, they used to make fucking skateboarders have to do illegal shit just to fucking ride.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just,
for
I
real.
mean, it's annoying how much people just want to have control over other people. It's just like, just mind your own goddamn business. They're not hurting nobody. Just mind your own business. Be all right.
Yeah.
Now they have to make up shit that's hurting people now. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's actually hurting you, but you think that they are, or there's a possibility for them to do it. It's just like, a meteor could fall out of the sky and hit you in the face, but
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We should do a fucking RIP to one big ass thing. The New York fucking skyline right now. Have y'all seen that shit?
Well, it's Canada's fucked. That's why. Canada's basically on
Wait,
fire.
what's going on?
Yeah, there's a huge fire in Canada.
There's
Oh,
like
shit.
hundreds of forest
Yeah.
fires. Like not, it's
I've
like
been seeing I've been seeing a couple of videos where people are like locking up their windows and like bordering, like blocking their holes. I was like, is there another fire in California? Because that's basically what it looked like again. Fucking California looked like we were Mars for a second there.
Well, what's convenient is that you probably got a mask still, right? So
Yeah, right.
it's just wear that shit when you go outside for real.
Yeah, you definitely should. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of fucking forest fires. That smoke is just settling all over. It's not just New York; it's most of the East Coast or whatever, DC, Philly, all of that shit. But you have some fucking looking like one of the Eclipse and Berserk kind of skies, or looking like Blade Runner kind of. Yeah, blood moon shit. Where you can't even see the fucking skyscrapers or whatever when you're looking out at downtown Manhattan. It looks fucking shitty. All of us Californians know exactly what that looks like and feels like because we experienced it many a time. Especially, what was the most recent one? Like during the pandemic, like 21 or 20?
There was one, in the pandemic. Yeah, that was pretty big. Yeah.
That was like right before the pandemic, right? Was it? So I remember having a mask before the pandemic already.
There was one bad one in the pandemic. I remember.
Yeah.
At least.
I remember where I used to live in the Bay. I lived up a hill, and so like I was telling, it was bad because there was a time where I couldn't see down the hill, like to like the bay, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" It was so crazy.
Yeah, and it'd be the middle of the day, and it'd be fucking pretty much dark.
Yeah, like orange darkness.
Yeah, man, that shit was all bad. The thing that got me was even with a mask on, like the air quality was so fucking nasty, you'd feel it in your like throat and shit. You know what I mean?
You'd have gross boogers or bloody.
Yeah,
it's like this is part of your lungs. You're probably gonna die of lung cancer now, but whatever.
Your fucking your lungs are all smoked, all smoke roasted and stuff.
Yeah, dude. So, hey, hope everybody's doing all right over there, or as well as they fucking can be. But that air quality is fucking shit. It's gonna be shit for at least a few more days.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm looking at some of the satellite footage and like the way that the air circulates, like the what is it called? The
jet stream.
Jet stream, yeah. the way the jet stream is set up, that it literally pulled the smoke out toward the ocean and then brought it back to New York.
Oh
Like,
man,
it's really weird. It's really weird how it all worked, but like, holy shit, like that's hella crazy. But I remember with the San Francisco, with the Bay Area fires, like California fires, like that shit was covering like half of the continent of like half of the United States was feeling that. That was just crazy.
Yeah, that shit was huge. Real bad. And I'm just hoping we don't have a fucking terrible ass fire season this year in California, just because we got so much fucking rain, you know, and there's weeds all over.
Rain yesterday
happens
here.
every goddamn time. It's like you get a bunch of rain, then everything grows, and then I gotta cut my backyard, but yeah, and then all of a sudden, you know, fires come, and it's terrible because there's all that dry ass brush.
Yeah. Yeah, it rained yesterday here. Like we got like good drizzle of rain up here. Kind of crazy.
It's been way.
Isn't it summertime?
It's been overcast like hell every fucking morning. It burns off a little bit, but it's been pretty gloomy.
Yeah, I saw a story that it was in San Diego County. There was no fully clear day in May.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's crazy. But it's good for us because it keeps it cooler. So
yeah, man.
Yeah,
no complaints.
Let's start with gaming, and then we'll save Spidey for a little bit. Cross, you got what'd you get? You got Diablo, right?
I got all the games apparently. I picked up Diablo, Street Fighter 6, and Tears of the Kingdom. So.
Okay. Oh, you got Street Fighter 6? Cool.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet though, but I said I wanted to play with some people. So yeah, I'll hop on there. I'll set up a room for BTI and hopefully I get my ass kicked. I'm pretty good. At least I was, but you know, I'm 40 now, or 43. Jesus Christ, not even 40 anymore.
I wanna try that world tour part of Street Fighter 6.
Can I have like weird ass bodies? Like
well, there's that part, but then there's like this, basically an RPG with Street Fighter characters where you go all over the planet.
Yeah, and you can make your own like
Chun
fighting
Li
style.
Yeah, and Chun Li will fucking train you and shit. Like that seems cool as hell.
I heard she trains you.
Wait, Chun Li trains you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
she takes care of you.
Yeah.
Damn. Get on my face.
So you haven't opened that one up, but you have dipped your toe into Diablo, right?
I mean, I opened up Street Fighter 6, but I put it in just so I'd load the game and then get the updates, and then I put it back in the box. But
download it.
yeah, because it's annoying when you want to play a game and then all of a sudden, you know, it's got to install and get all the updates, and it's like, god damn it. But yeah, so I played a little bit of Diablo the other day. I mean, it's as good as the demo. There's some. I noticed that the balance with the Necromancer is better. My minions definitely die faster, but it's okay. I just raise more of them. So yeah, and just I'm remembering because like on the second demo, or not demo, the second beta that I played, the Server Slam, I used a different build for the Necromancer, and that one sucked. So I went back to like my normal one. That's pretty good. I'm working my way up to as soon as I get to like Corpse Explosion, it's like it's just pure joy with Corpse Explosion. But yeah, I mean, but at this point, I'm still like at the point where I'm in the demo stage or the beta stage. So it'll take me probably like 10, 20 hours to get to outside the beta stages. So
I'm gonna try to pick that one up this week, and I think Hobby has a clan as well for that one. It does look fun. I'll have to get over my cooldown.
No infinite dodge roll, but you can get a mount. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Are the mounts like dead horses and shit?
Yeah, mine came with like a horse. I got to pick it up from the stable, but yeah, because if you get like the pre-order and like the special edition or whatever, you get that. And then I got the ultimate edition, but it comes in like a different box, so I don't know I'm gonna get that. It comes out after the game. I'm like, what the fuck's the point? But they got me. Blizzard knows. They know.
They know.
Bastards.
Yeah, damn. All right. Well, so you were telling me though before we started that there's not only PvE, but there is a PvP mode.
Yeah, it's in the end game. So actually, it has a pretty significant end game content for the game. So there's like a shitload of things
shows up.
Yeah. After you beat the game, there's like so much shit to do. So, and they already have like the tiered system, like the world tiers is already set up. You can start the game in like different world tiers. I started in world tier 2, just so I can get some better loot. So yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of shit to do like after you beat the game, and PvP is one of them.
World tier is like the torment levels from 3.
Yeah, kind of. Just you get better loot, but everything's harder. So
yeah.
Sounds
like same shit. Okay. Were you able to play with others at all, or are you doing a solo? What are you
I'm still pretty early on in the game. I mean, I just got it yesterday. Yeah, it just came out yesterday. I didn't have a lot of time to play it, so I played maybe 2 hours. Not even that. I mean, I just got to like the first main like city. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well,
How long was the original initial download and updates? Was it like where you download like 150 gigs?
I don't know. I popped it in and then I just worked out. So it
Yeah.
was it was less than 30 minutes. So, but
Okay.
I also have gig fiber. So yeah.
All right. Cool.
good shit. Blue, you thinking about possibly getting on any of these games or what? What are you playing?
Well, I'm not. So I started playing this mobile game. I downloaded it. It's called Let me look it up. It's a side scroller and it's in black and white and you're basically like this little shadow character. And I don't know the premise of the game. It just showed up as in my recommendation. I'm like, oh, let me check this out. So like these little platforming mobile games, but it's called Limbo.
Oh yeah,
that's on PS5.
Yeah, it is. That's right, it is. But yeah, it's a pretty fun little game, especially for the mobile device. But there's another game I played called oh god, what is it called? You basically play this little kid, and I've company.
Oh, you have a little
Okay.
kid for company?
uh-huh.
Yeah, a little kid walking here. But there's god, what's this game? There was another mobile game, but it's also was on the PC and on the consoles. But like, yeah, you're basically this little kid, and you're like going through like this orphanage, and like I think I probably mentioned on a podcast before, but I get apparently there was like a rapture, so like most of the people are gone, and anybody who's left behind aren't really people, and it's all kind of fucked up. But it's another fun little side scroller. But I just downloaded this like 2 days ago. It's been a lot of fun playing it.
Nice.
But as far as console game, what games did you got? You got Street Fighter and what other one?
I got Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, and I picked up the Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, I don't have a.
So,
I don't have
and
a
the Tears of the
Switch,
Kingdom
so.
is 10 out of 10. So, yeah, it's better than the first one. Did I talk about that one on the last podcast?
I thought you did last week,
Okay.
right? Out for like 3 weeks, 2 weeks now.
Yeah, but I didn't get a chance to play it until like I picked it up like last week sometime. So because Kay was playing it, and then I was like, I mean, I want to play it anyway. But we have 2 separate Switches, and I was like, well, I gotta get another one. So yeah, they got me twice. It's so good though. I think if you're like a mechanical engineer, you'd be really good at this game. You have to like build shit.
Yeah, I seen like people like building like hover bikes and stuff with it, and like I definitely saw the giant scarecrow with the slung that blows up.
Giant fry breathing dick. Yeah, gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen dudes building drones that can like automatically take out enemies and stuff. Like it's crazy, but I feel like I cheat in the game sometimes because I'm just like, well, if you give me enough materials, like I'm gonna do something. So, like there was like this tower you had to get up, and the tower was surrounded by water, and in this game you have stamina. So, and at the time I didn't have a lot of stamina, so if I'd have swam to this thing and then climbed up it, I wouldn't have been able to make it. I would have drowned. I'd have fell and drowned. So, but right next to it, they have like around like Hyrule, there's all these like building sites that like this guy just like set out building sites for where they got to put like new buildings, and so all the materials are there. And I was like, well, there's a whole bunch of like just planks and shit. So I just put together like 10, 20 planks to like build a bridge, and I just dropped it on top, and I just walked up in to get to the thing. I don't know how you're supposed to do it. And there's like there's been a bunch of other times where I'm like, I'm definitely not doing like what they intended me to do, but I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do it my way.
Sounds like you're doing some Fortnite crafting and that shit.
It kind of is.
Yeah, right.
It's just a lot of fun. It's like it's more intuitive. I want to say more intuitive. It's kind of like more involved in Fortnite though, because you can literally make like constructions. Like you can make like automatons and like vehicles and shit. Like you can do like laser beams. And what's crazy is that like when you have a weapon, you have this thing called the fusibility, and basically you can fuse pretty much anything to any weapon.
Okay.
Like, and I'm talking about like if you want to fuse a fucking sword to a sword, you can fuse a sword to a sword. If you want to fuse a sword to a rock, you can fuse a sword to a rock. So it gets pretty crazy, especially when you have like they have like these fire things where you can like put the fire thing on a shield. So every time you put your shield up, like fire just shoots out of it. Yeah, it's like it gets super interesting.
Okay.
And like one time I remember I had like this lizard tail, and a sword. And I was like, can I fuse a lizard tail to a sword? Yep, you can do that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty badass. It like makes it like a whip. So
Okay.
yeah, and it's like it's almost like 3 different games in one, because you have like normal Hyrule, which is like the base level of the game. Like it's like the old game, not like the old game. It's like the same area as the old game, but it's like different now. Then you have like in the sky, which is like kind of like a platforming hell up in the sky. Because if you fall, you're kind of fucked, and you have to like kind of work your way back up. And then you have the depths, which is basically like it's like Soulsborne down there. It's pretty fucked up because like when somebody hits you, like it not only does it take away your hearts, but you can't heal yourself with those hearts without like special equipment. And everything's dark as fuck. So if you go down there and you don't have like the right equipment, like you can't see shit, and everything down there is hard as fuck. So it's like at least 3 or 4 times harder than like everything else. Well, like just normal enemies.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't have to go down there, but you can just skip that if you want to. But I went down there and almost got jacked.
It's
Alright.
like that part in Destiny when you first start playing the game, you go off into that area where you shouldn't have been. And,
Oh yeah,
you can just well, there's like level 50 people down there. You're like, I shouldn't be here.
yeah. You call for an adult.
Yeah, I have to get murdered.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow there's gonna be some game announcements, Summer Game Fest or something like that. Have you guys seen the ads for this?
Yeah, there was one today for like it was for Guerrilla Gaming, but it wasn't for Guerrilla Games. I was kind of disappointed. It was all just like indie shit, which is fine, but don't call it Guerrilla whatever, because I'm thinking of like, you know,
Was it Gorilla
Company?
or Gorilla?
Gorilla.
Oh, just spelled the same.
Yeah, like a gorilla. I was very. It's all just indie shit. I was just like, where's what was that really good series they have?
Well,
Not the recent
Horizon,
one.
Killzone.
Killzone. Yeah, I was like, is Killzone coming back? Like, are we doing that? And like, no, it was like 3 hours of fucking indie games.
God damn. Well, I mean, Gorilla just had Burning Shores though. What was that, a month ago?
Yeah, but I mean, they should have another announcement probably sometime soon, hopefully, because that was just DLC, right? I mean,
Yeah. You
So-
said it was big ass DLC
it
though,
is a
right?
big ass DLC. Yeah, it is big.
Yeah. So
Wasn't there more stuff from Sony yesterday?
I didn't see stuff. I saw some like fucking fake out shit and teaser rumor mill, like supposedly 3 years on. At some point in time, I'm going to finally get Last of Us Factions 2, but I keep waiting and they keep fucking me.
But they're gonna cancel it. Just
I know.
just like Overwatch. Overwatch 2's PvP or PvE.
God damn, no trailer, nothing. So yeah, I mean, the saddest thing is I really love the Uncharted multiplayer, and I loved Last of Us 1's multiplayer, but I'm fucking SOL. Oh, actually, hey, why don't we switch gears? So I want to get both of y'all's take on this $90 million
Yeah,
Apple.
you're gonna say it. Yeah.
Oh, this
The internet was clowning. What y'all think? Break it down.
the Apple VR.
Well,
So yeah,
it's
Apple
not
keynote.
VR.
Well,
They call it mixed reality,
it's
but it's
both.
basically AR. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
AR.
they are. Yeah. Well, it's well, yeah. So they just did their keynote recently, and they announced that they're creating their own virtual or AR headset. And I think some of the like the reviews of it. I mean, it's in theory it sounds cool as hell because it has pass through vision. So like when you have the headset on, you can turn on the front cameras and like look at your world through the VR or through the AR or whatever, and it has like just everything displayed in front of you. But what's weird as hell about it is that on the outside of the screen, there's another screen there. On the outside of the VR headset, there's a screen there where somebody on the outside can see your eyes. So basically, it's a video feed of your eyes inside the helmet.
That doesn't even seem
And,
necessary.
What I don't know why they have it. It's fucking weird. But I guess if you're like looking at some porn or something, you want somebody to start talking to you, like switch it open so they can see you seeing them. But yeah, it's that part's kind of weird. But I don't know. All I can imagine is like zombies walking around, like you can just see their eyes, but it's like fake or something. I don't know. It was really weird, but the technology is cool because you don't have a controller. It uses hand gestures. So if you edit, it tracks your eyes. So whatever you're looking at on the screen, it like knows what you're looking at. And when you like clip your finger together, it'll select it. But so far the reviews I heard are pretty good. But that fucking price though, god damn, Apple's coming for that goddamn wallet for sure.
Yeah, I don't.
So the
cost doesn't make sense to me. Like not even a little bit.
It's basically
how much is it? Is
on your face.
89,000?
It's $3,500.
Yes.
I'm just like, why the fuck? I don't understand why it's that expensive. Like, it's not doing anything. I need to like actually watch the video, but it's not doing anything that, first of all, I haven't seen before, and then second, that other headsets don't already have. Like, I don't really understand like why it's that expensive. Yeah, it's all in one, but it's like, Jesus Christ, even the Meta 2 is like all in one. You don't need a PC, but it's not that expensive. You know what I mean? It's like,
no.
And this is like not
$600.
Yeah, it's not new technology anymore. Like, this is like normal tech. You know, it's $3,500 fucking dollars.
Yeah. And the battery life on there is like 2 hours. It has like battery pack, so you have like half a battery pack in your pocket and a cable like runs to your head, because I think the thing's like 6 or 7 pounds, which is pretty fucking heavy.
2 hours is not a lot of time, but I mean, maybe it can.
But you also can plug it into the wall, so you have that option as well.
So here's my question. I'm going to always go into the nasty shit. Is there exclusive like vivid porn or on there? What's going on with that?
I mean, all that stuff should work. Normally, like they have VR porn already. It's been out for a long time, but
But they don't have like some secret fucking hookup on exclusive fucking content or something, or with certain studios or anything like that.
No, I mean they would never do.
Well,
that.
Yeah, you know how Apple products are. Everything's like inclusive to the Apple Store, so everything goes through the Apple Store. So right now, I think they are very limited on what apps it has. But I haven't seen any like games that are all going to be on there, or like anything really cool. All I've seen is just like your normal phone display that floats in front of you, and you can like go on the internet.
I don't know why they don't have controllers. Like not having controllers sounds really fucking stupid to me. Like really stupid. Like because here's the thing. Like when you have these headsets, especially ones that don't have the IR towers, which the PSVR 2 doesn't have anymore, but it relies on the cameras, right, that are on the front. So anytime like your hands are outside of the field of the cameras, like it doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And without controllers, like it really has no idea what the fuck is going on, because it can't even approximate where your hands are, and it can't approximate where your fingers are doing. So if you're trying to like do stuff, I don't know, it just seems kind of it's just typical Apple form over function bullshit again. But people are going to buy it. People are going to spend $3,500. But at the same time, I can't really talk. This is like, 7 years ago or more, back when VR kind of became cool again. But I had to buy like a $3,300 laptop plus $1,000 headset. But this was years ago. This isn't like today. Like expecting to pay that sort of price today just doesn't make any sense. Things are supposed to get cheaper over time, especially computers. Like they shouldn't be getting progressively more expensive for certain technologies. Like, yeah, you're going to pay more for like modern like GPUs and stuff, but a lot of that is because of the market. But it just doesn't make any sense why it would be that expensive. And Apple shit is never top of the line. So as far as like the actual hardware specs goes, they're never top of the line.
So
I'd like to see a breakdown of the device, like how much the production of this cost versus how much they're selling it for. Because a lot of times the Apple stuff are so marked up versus what you get. It's just you're buying the name.
Not that this is the same thing, but I mean it kind of takes me back to Google with what was that? Stadia.
Stadia.
And remember, like there were people defending that shit. Oh, Google's got all this money; they can do anything they want. This is gonna work. This shit fucking failed. They half-assed it. It didn't work at all. They didn't care. They just fucking rolled it out. And the people who actually did invest in that shit, believing in fucking Google, lost out. You know what I mean? Like, there's no more Stadia games. There's no more Stadia content at all. Like, they fucking pulled the plug on all of that shit. So, I don't know. Some things with big-ass fucking tech companies can be more of a vanity project than they are, like, something that they know is going to become mainstream and popular.
But then again, like if this does take off, it'll be a good like a plus for VR, like VR and AR, just kind of get it more mainstream, and maybe we'll get some more cooler technology. because I'm waiting to dive into the Oasis. I'm seriously waiting to fucking go to Oasis, work there, play there, do the podcast from there, hope for
Look,
presidency.
all I know is if the adult entertainment industry embraces your technology, you're set. That has always been the they pick Blu-ray, you know what I mean, over high definition DVD. You know, we can go back to what was it, the beta ray does, or the what was it, the other one that they did,
Betamax.
VHS and VHS they picked, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like VHS. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm looking at the specs, and it's just like, I think it's pretty cool that they have automatic lens adjustment. That's pretty dope, but it's not $3,500 dope. It has a lot of pixels, but also I don't know like per eye because it's like one screen in front of you, so it's kind of hard to say.
Well, what's one cool thing that it does with the screen is that since it tracks your eye, it mainly puts most of the processing power for the video where you're looking at. So like
and that's not new
the
either.
corners and stuff we kind of blur. Yeah, that's not new
the
either.
PSVR 2
I think
does that. It's called full video viewing,
yeah.
and it's dope, but it's just like that's not new.
well, let me ask you this though. Will you be able to try this out for yourself in, let's say, an Apple retail store?
I would say probably. I mean, I'll try it out because I said it a long time ago. Like when we first started doing like VR shows, I said that in my opinion, I think that AR has a possibility to really outshine VR, especially because of like a whole bunch of different use cases. Because VR is cool, but seeing like shit laid over in real life is like has way more applications. And this is obviously they probably see that same vision, and they can probably do a lot of cool shit. But I mean, for the price though, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll see. I saw a lot of people clowning on the price, and sometimes
if it was,
right, sometimes the internet's wrong. Well, time will tell.
Yeah.
I think it was like maybe 1,500 might be a good starting price for the tech, but yeah, that's still a lot. $3,500. That's like that's a lot of money in Vegas. That's a lot of strippers and cocaine. Or is it? Probably not that much, actually. Now I think about it.
It's also got 6 microphones. I'm like, why do you need 6 microphones? Just like, it's like silly shit like that. Like, why do you need so many mics?
That is weird. All right. I mean,
you see the image of the front facing screen when you look at somebody's eyes, or when it shows people's eyes.
No, it just seems
Kinda
weird. Oh wait, yeah, I do. It's like, why would you need to? See, that's another thing. It's like, why would you need to do that?
you could see someone else's eyes outside of the.
No, it's like so when you have it on your face, like there's a screen. This is like to me, it's like it's gimmicky and a waste of money. Like you can see like the person that's wearing the headset, like you see their eyes, that's wearing it, and it's like a screen
So
that's showing
almost,
you that.
yeah, it almost looked like they're wearing goggles, like snowboarding goggles or some shit. And you see their eyes, but they're on a screen, so it's like it's weird.
It is fucking weird, man. And they cannot see you, or they can see you. If it's AR, they should be able to see you.
Yeah, yeah. They can see you depending on like what they're doing. So because that's the cool thing about like mixed reality is because you can make the whole background black, and then it's basically VR. And then if you want to do AR, you can just switch to the cameras as well and project in front of you and like see around. But I mean, PSVR 2 can do that too. But it's just like the image quality isn't that well. Actually, it's pretty good. But it's usually like in black and white or whatever or grayscale.
So let me ask you this: on the PSVR 2, is there like a demo game, or what have you done on there that you like recommend?
Yeah, so I mean the Horizon Zero Dawn game, the Call of the Wild, I think it's called, is pretty dope. It's a really cool like climbing game and like archery game. It's Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, Aloy's in it and shit. You don't play as Aloy, but you get to meet her in the game. Playing Gran Turismo 7 is fucking amazing. Like that's one of the coolest things ever. Even though Gran Turismo 7 is, I don't like the menu system at all. I don't like anything. But driving, god damn, like you feel like you're driving, like 100%. Like it makes it. Once I put it on and started driving, I'm like, this is why people buy those fucking $1,000 like driving rigs. This is exactly why. For the because like you literally, it feels like you're driving, like you're, because like in a driving game, you usually play like in the back view, right? Most sane people don't play in like in the seat.
Overview.
Yeah, but in this one, like you're in the seat and like you can see all the, instrument panels. You could look around you and like see like where you're going and shit like that. Like looking around corners, which is how normal people drive. At least I drive. When I go around a corner, I'm looking around the corner, which you can't really do in a game, like in a flat screen. The sound is amazing. You can even use like your controller as like just to like turn it like the motion controllers. It feels really good. Yeah, it's an amazing game, and there's some shooting games in there that are good as well. I need to get back into it. Obviously, I have a bunch of games on my plate right now, but I was playing the Zombieland shooter. That was a lot of fun. But it's weird because it's like the old school method of playing like the early VR games where like you teleport to places instead of like moving, which is weird. With like the Horizon Zero Dawn game, you can either do like you can like hold the controllers and like kind of run to like move around, or you can just use the normal like controls. So to like move around instead of like doing the whole portal thing, portal jumping, which is just kind of annoying. But the reason why I had it before the portal jumping is because you can get really sick. Some people can get really sick when they're moving around in VR, especially when you have like the screen door effect. But the screen door effect in the PSVR 2 is like super minimalized, so I didn't really notice it at all.
You know what I would love to fucking see in VR? Even if it was some of the old ones, but a new fucking Portal game.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
They have one.
Do they?
Kind of on HTC Vive, which is kind of powered by Steam.
Oh, it's Portal
they have Portal
stories.
Like, yeah, so they have like little things you can do with inside a portal, which is kind of cool. But you're not doing like shooting a portal in the wall, then doing this and that. But you're doing like little tasks using portals, which is kind of cool.
Okay. Oh, it's still like the blue one and the orange one?
Yeah, blue and orange. And the Western robots are in there, and you also there's a scene where you get to see is her name Dolores? Is that the name of the big robot? Yeah. You can see you can see her, and it's like, God damn, this chick is big as fuck. Like, God, it's crazy. But yeah, they have like little portal stories inside of VR, which is cool.
And also they have Project Alice, which hopefully it comes to the PSVR 2 because I love to play it. I don't know if my current computer can run it. It's just it's Half-Life but it's a VR game, and it's like fully fleshed out, full controls, like moving around like a first-person shooter, but in VR.
I hear that's one of the absolute fucking best of the best for VR.
That's what I hear too, but I just haven't had a chance to like set it up. And then the PSVR 2 is so much better than my old Vive. It's hard to like unbox my Vive now.
Yeah. But yeah, the cool thing about with Portal 1 and fucking 2, like obviously a great story and all that shit, but puzzles that were like very replayable, Yeah. And I would have loved to have seen 3 or 4 more of those or remake something, because it's kind of lost a whole generation. I think, wasn't PS3 the last? I think Portal 2
I think it was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a minute. I mean,
it sucks.
Go ahead.
I was close getting platinum on for the Portal. That would have been my first platinum trophy, but I needed to play with one other player who never played before. But by the time I got the game, everybody I knew had already played it. So I won a little trophy. I can't fucking get it now.
Damn. Yeah, man. All right. I don't know if we truly are gonna get Mr. Stitch on here, but y'all got some Spidey, and I'm fucking jealous, and I haven't seen it, but I think y'all should get into it.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know when we're done.
Yeah.
All right. Across the Spider-Verse. What'd you think, man?
Dude, the first one I thought was beautifully done. This one was like it just blew my mind. It was just really well done. The artwork for sure was like top notch, especially depending on the different universe you went to, and just the story and this. Oh man, it was great. I've waited a long time for this to come out, and I was so happy to see it. What's your take on it?
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched it, just pause for a
little
while. Yeah, we're gonna spoil it or fast forward or whatever, because I'm gonna spoil part of the movie because it's a really good. The story was excellent. Basically, it picks up kind of like pretty much around where they left off with Into the Spider-Verse, and Miles is on his own and he's fighting this guy named the Spot, and he seems like a ridiculous villain, but he becomes basically like kind of OP. Like in the end, it's kind of hilarious. But yeah, it was just Gwen Stacy. She is kind of missing Miles, and Miles is missing her because that's her only friend is Miles, and they kind of go through some more of her backstory of like what happened to her Peter Parker, and like how he died, and Basically, her dad thinks that she killed him, and that shit was pretty messed up. Was what I really liked
Yeah,
about
dude.
Gwen Stacy's storytelling is that they use colors to really convey emotions
Hmm.
when she's like talking to her dad and stuff, and it's really cool. It was really subtle at first, but like when she's feeling like sad or depressed or something like that, like the color where she was would just kind of drain away, and then when someone else is feeling like extreme emotions, like the color where they're at would like kind of flare up, and then when she's feeling more emotions, like she would get more color. I thought that was really cool. The people that whoever was doing like I think like their whole art studio just had so much fun making this movie. I mean, because you could tell there's like so many different art styles in this, including live action, which is fucking crazy.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, there was actually some Easter eggs we'll talk about in a little bit. But what would you think about like seeing Gwen Stacy and her universe and her dad's story and stuff?
Well, like, so when the movie starts, like, because in the original one, it started off with Peter Parker telling like, hey, like I'm the your neighborhood Spider-Man, kind of telling from his story. But for this one, we start with Gwen's Spider-Man story, and like it actually starts off with little east, like it starts off with clips of what was happening in the movie before we go into her details, and she's just playing the drums, but like it's 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 cool because her universe does not look like Miles' universe. Like hers, like it's just like how you mentioned, like there's a bunch of colors and like everything's wraps around her emotions and stuff like that. But yeah, just to what's going on in her world and like her relationship with her dad, especially after what happened with Peter. Because in the first one we got like a little snippet of what happened to Peter. We just know that Peter died, but we don't really know like how he died. But you kind of like there's little signs because he had like scales on his arm when she was holding him and stuff like that. So you kind of got an idea. But like we really got to see what happened. And like she's basically on the run, and her father's a captain of the police department. So her
Not a
dad's
captain
looking
yet.
for.
It's important. He was
Oh
a
no,
lieutenant. He was
yeah,
gonna
he was
get
lieutenant.
promoted to
Sorry.
captain, which is important later.
Yeah, yeah. So he was a lieutenant, and they have like APB on Spider Gwen or Spider Woman. She goes by Spider Woman, not Spider Girl or Spider or Ghost Spider. It's Spider Woman.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like she's just missing. She's just fucking depressed as hell this whole entire thing, and she like goes to this one crime event that happens, and it turns out that what happened in the first movie had a huge impact on what's going on across the multiverse or across the universe or
Spider Verse.
multiverse. Yeah, Spider-Verse. And yeah, different portals are opening up, and random people from different universes are getting stuck in other worlds and stuff like that. And she goes into a museum, and there's a giant fucking Renaissance. What is it? Michael D'Angelo or
The
Michael
Vulture. I'm
D'Angelo?
like, yeah, Michelangelo, not Michelangelo.
Yeah,
I had the guy Leonardo da Vinci. God damn it,
yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci like style
One of the
of
Ninja
Vulture.
Turtles.
Yeah, one of the Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles. Yeah, it was Splinter. No,
yeah.
and it was cool because like when he comes in, you can tell like there's an obvious like clash in art style because he looks like a Da
Mm-hmm.
Vinci, drawing, and
Paint drawing.
her
Yeah.
and like where she's at, everything looks sort of normal for them. And it was really
Mm-hmm.
cool to see like a kind of a steampunk Vulture. And
And it's kind of cool because like there's like little like because he speaks like Italian or something like that, and so like there's like little bubbles that pop out or square boxes are like there'll be little things that show up to translate what he's saying or something like that. I thought that was pretty clever for them to do that, to
just like
take
in a comic.
shit from the comics
Yeah.
and throw it into the movie. They did that in the first one too, but it was really cool to see. Like that kind of got me excited when I saw that.
Yeah, I thought
Like
that was.
one of the things is that
Go ahead.
go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, one of the things that popped up is that the vulture is able to like pull random things out of nowhere, and they said that was the cartoon verse or the pocket. It was something pocket.
Like a
Basically, it's
pocket
like
dimension.
where yeah, it's a pocket dimension where like you can like pull things out of nowhere, like kind of like with with Spider Pig, how he's able to pull a hammer or a giant mallet out of his bag. It's like there's no way that big ass hammer would have fit in your bag. That's basically what that is. Because Vulture had like all these bombs, and all of a sudden his wing gets ripped, and he repairs it like instantly. It's like how the fuck did that happen? But it all comes down to that comic physics.
Yeah, and then you get the big bad motherfucker coming through.
Mm.
Spider-Man 2099 joins the party, and yeah, he's dope. Like I love everything I did about that character.
Yeah.
And for the ladies, the dude was double cheeked up. I'm just saying, like people complain about, objectifying like women and like their suits and stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah, this dude's like his ass is just the whole movie. He was like, all right.
Yeah, most of the views of him was from the back. I
Yeah,
feel like
just like all right.
I just see where he's coming down in like the little thing on the little escalator or the little platform or something like that. It's hella slow. It's just his back.
Yeah. What was cool about Spider-Man 2099 is Miguel O'Hara, or I'm pretty sure it's O'Hara, yeah, is that his webs were like red. They were like fucking laser beams. Like it was pretty
Yeah,
dope. Yeah.
it's kind of when he first did it. It made me think of oh god, the guy from the DC villain, um, Death Side. No, what's his name? Dark Side. Made me think of Dark
Oh,
Side because
like
he had like the what's the name beams.
Omega beams.
They shoot from
Yeah.
his eye. Yeah, Omega beams. How they like follow you, or whatever. The homing beams. It gave me that vibe. But yeah, him and like the other Spider
The other
Woman.
Spider Woman that was pregnant with the motorcycle.
Yeah, yeah, she fucking shows up. But kind of rewind the tape a little bit. So I don't know. This is before that happened. Never mind. And I was gonna say like, because I'm skipping ahead, but like they eventually let her join their league. But
Real
yeah,
quick,
she
though,
like
real quick. There's one thing that
Go
was
ahead.
really cool about the other Spider Woman is that she could shoot webs out of all her fingertips. I thought
Yeah, that
that
was
pretty
cool.
dope. Yeah.
And and the fact that she was riding a fucking motorcycle, like she literally comes to a portal, lands on the boat. She Spidey webs the vulture, pulls him into her, and she does like a wheelie off his head, and then bounces off, pull him back again, and like hit him with his other wheel. She double fucking taps him with a goddamn motorcycle in the middle of the air, which is pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, the action
And
scenes.
she's pregnant.
Yeah, it's pregnant. And the action scenes were like they were really, really well thought out and like coordinated, and like they're something to keep in mind like with all the action scenes that were in this movie is that there's basically at least 3 to 4 different art styles in every single action scene, and there's one where it's like basically like they just do the kitchen sink at like this one action scene.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how the fuck are they even? How can they afford this?
Yeah.
She was crazy.
And there's like other things to take into consideration too, because like some characters like normally like there's like when they're moving there's like 1-to-1, so like when they're moved like they take one frame to like move within like a 24-hour frame. But then some characters like Miles Morales, his movements are 2 frames. So like if you click 2 frames, like if he's moving for 2 frames, it's the same image before he moves again for another 2 frames, and then like a character we get later we'll go into like he's all over the fucking place. I'm gonna say it, but cyberpunk spider-punk, sorry.
Okay,
Like his body is 2 frames, but then like his hair is 3 frames, and then like his guitar is 4 frames, and it's like it's
And
fucking weird. Like I was watching somebody was breaking it down. I'm like, what the hell? Like that's fucking crazy.
And
like,
the
the
background's
character has so
different,
many different things.
yeah, and like
Yeah, his
'cause,
background
like,
is different too.
because there's always like a constant like background around him. Like he was just what it is like his style is like when they have like the old ransom notes.
Oh yeah.
That's like basically how they created this character. Like they use like a ransom note style background for him like at all times. So it's like always
Bunch of
different.
cutouts.
Yeah, and it's like it's
Yeah.
really cool because it's like he's Spider Punk, and that's what some punk shit would do like back in the day, is having that that style of like writing or artwork. And I thought that was a really nice touch. And he's black. That was dope.
Yeah, I was surprised by that one. I was like, oh shit, he's black. Oh fuck, that's dope. And he's voiced by the guy from Wakanda.
Yeah. I forget his
He's
name,
also
too.
in Don't Look Up. Oh my god, I can't think of his name. But yes, so they Spider Woman and Spider 2099 shows up, and they help stop the Vulture. But one cool thing that's fucking happened is that like they're trying to keep the Vulture within this museum that he's attacking, and Spider 2099 like he's like riding on the Vulture. He goes outside of the museum, and the Vulture's like, yo, like what the hell's going on? Like he's seeing all this like color feed stuff and stuff like that. But then we get to see a little glimpse of Spider 29. Like he all of a sudden starts to vampire out for a second.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like what the hell? Because I only time I think that character was in like the Spider-Man games. I don't know his backstory, but eventually they were able to do him. They were able to teleport him and stuff like that. But before that even happened, like a helicopter was about to land, and we got to see Gwen do some fucking cool ass shit. She basically, like, I wouldn't say bullet timed it, but like she just was all over the place, like spilling a web to try to catch this helicopter from landing on a bunch of fucking people. And Spider Woman and Spider 2099, they all like jump in and save this helicopter from killing all these people. And that's that one scene was just fucking dope. Like she was like Spider Gwen was like swinging left and right, like wrapping around her webs and going back and forth. I was like, it was really fucking cool when they did that shit. Like I felt like they kind of did that in another Spider-Man movie, but like this was definitely like well done when they did that and they ended up saving the people.
Yeah, we're not gonna go like over like the whole movie like that in
Yeah,
much detail.
try not to.
I mean, so we'll skip ahead just a little bit. So, she joins up with like the spider people, and then they switch over to like
that major happens at that point.
Yeah, and then we switch over to Miles. You know, he's doing like his Miles thing, and then he kind of gets in trouble because he fucks up some cake for like his dad's like it was like a party they were having. It wasn't for like his captain thing, was it?
No, but it was. He hadn't been promoted yet, but I think it was like in the works because I think he was supposed to become a captain.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Anyway, so he gets.
Yeah, I probably understand. Like they're celebrating him becoming captain, but he wasn't captain yet.
I mean, you said, yeah, that's true. I don't know. Anyway, so he gets grounded for like 2 weeks for like talking back to his parents because he was like late and he fucked up some cakes. So he ends up being visited by Gwen Stacy, and so they kind of go out and like because she's monitoring a Spot because when Spot we didn't go over like his fight scene earlier, but basically he has the ability to like throw portals and like go through them or whatever, and he ends up going like into his own spot and like getting stuck there. And apparently what he's doing, that was later, sorry, but anyway, he's tearing holes in like dimensions, and so it's making like the spider people like have to work hard to like kind of fix his fuck ups and shit. So she went to his to his universe to catch him, and she ends up like losing track of him, and he ends up that's when he goes inside of like his own hole and gets like this crazy new power. And she has to go back because she messes up. She has to go to like an Indian style universe, and Miles follows her. Like he was hidden and he decides to follow her, and you get to meet like the Spider-Man from India. I forget what his name was, but it was really cool because he had this power of like using like his bracelet as like a fucking crazy yo-yo with like his his webs.
Fucking cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I like his whole design was pretty cool too.
Yeah, well, kind of jumping back a little bit. The scene where Gwen and Miles were just hanging out at the tower after like he basically tested his ability to see how much he's grown since she was there, and that part was fucking cool because they're basically playing like horse but with spider webbing. But the scene where they're hanging upside down from the I want to say gargoyle or whatever it's called. I think it's kind of like a Flying Dutchman. I think that's what the structure's called. Anyways, that scene right there is fucking beautiful. Just them hanging upside down, chit chatting and stuff like that. But like, yeah, kind of jump back into Spider-Man India. Like, yeah, man. Like even the artwork for that. One thing, like when they go into the portal and see that artwork, it's like, I don't know, it was just fucking cool. But like Indian Spider-Man had like, he had a girlfriend. He had his version of Mary Jane, and then Mary Jane. And she's got a father who's a cop and doesn't approve of Spider-Man and this and that. But the thing about the hair was really funny. How he's like, oh yeah, this is my normal hair. Like, it's just this way. I'm just gifted or whatever.
No, that's what he was talking about. Non-bread. He's like, it's not non-bread. It's just like saying bread.
Yeah, and the same thing with like chai tea. It's like you're just saying TT. Like, because earlier Miles had made a comment about how like ATM machine. Like, why do you say ATM machine when the M stands for machine?
Yeah.
So it's just fucking funny.
It was
but yeah, so like Miles' Spot is there, and he's using the collider, and like he basically fucking he fucking levels up. But
destroys part of the city. And during that, like, they're trying to save everybody, which is a crazy, like, typical Spider-Man scene with like they're saving everybody. And then, when the guy powered up, when the Spot powered up, Miles got like visions of like, his dad dying while trying to save somebody in Red. And then you get to see like that same thing happen like in India, where like the captain guy's trying to save some kid in Red, and he goes to save her because everybody else was. The Spider-Man of India was like trying to save like a bus. And then Gwen Stacy was there, Spider-Gwen was there, and she's like watching it happen, and she's not doing anything. And then she says it's gonna be too hard to save him. And Miles goes, "Nah, I can save him. Like it's right there. Let's do it." And she said, I think she said like you shouldn't. And then he does it anyway.
Yeah.
Like saves the kid and the captain. And then after that, like some crazy shit happens. Like tears a hole in like space time, and it's like starts devouring the planet. And then like a whole bunch of other spider people have to come and like stabilize the destruction of the planet.
So the portal or the hole that shows up, we actually saw this before in and okay, what was it called? The what ifs for Marvel.
Yeah.
Because basically there was a Nexus event that was supposed to happen that didn't happen. But basically the world was trying to delete itself.
Yeah. So
which what we saw with what's his name? Doctor Strange, when he tried to save his girl, and like when he saved her, like all of a sudden like the world just started fucking collapsing.
Actually, no, I think we're going over kind of like this the whole movie. I think I'm just go over the whole thing.
Let's go over some cool stuff.
Yeah,
like,
let's go over cool stuff. The part where like Miles has to go against basically every single Spider person ever.
Yeah,
that's fucking insane. Dope. Yeah, it was insane. Like basically, he has to get out. He has to like leave like the little sanctuary in Spider-Man 2099's like universe, and then trying to find his way out is just like putting all of his powers on full display.
For reals. Like it just shows like kind of how powerful Miles is, because he got away from all these spiders. I mean, Peter P. Parker was able to catch up with him, but he just got lucky basically. But yeah, like Miles was like dodging fools, dodging horses, fucking T-Rexes, goddamn robots, and fucking even Spider 2099 himself. Like Miles was just playing these fools like he was on the fucking basketball court, just dodging and weaving.
I mean, Spider-Man 2099 did he messed up a little bit, but Miles definitely got the better of him. And I love the way like, excuse me, if you like see Spider-Man 2099, like you can see like the lines of like when you do like, I'm not an artist, but most people that are artists that like do like character designs, they like do all these lines that they eventually erase. But you can still see the lines are still there, like on his body and his face, especially like where his mask is. That's not always on. Thought that was like a really cool touch of like showing like cool artistry.
Yeah, they kind of did that with the Spot too, because he was like basically like a blank piece of paper, and you could see like the sketch circles and stuff for the character. But yeah, not Miles just outsmarted all these fools and was able to get back to, because the whole point was they were trying to keep him from going home because they needed his dad to die to keep like the Spider universe together.
Yeah, which kind of didn't make so there's like a thing in this movie where basically every Spider-Man has to do like certain things have to happen for Spider people. If they don't happen, then bad things happen. So basically, like I love when they know has to die, and someone they know gets promoted. Somebody they know is in law enforcement gets promoted to captain, and then that person dies, and that like basically completes like them being Spider-Man. But if those things don't happen, there's a problem. But what I didn't understand is that if the spider that bit Miles was supposed to be for Peter Parker in a different universe, so I don't know why he had to have like his dad die. Like to me, that didn't really make any sense. Like it's not gonna happen. Yeah.
But like, so the spider that was supposed to bite Peter Parker actually was supposed to bite a Miles of that universe. So, like, there's a scene where when the Spot gets his power in India Spider-Man universe, there's a glimpse where you can see Miles 42 or 42, and the spider's there. You could see the spider was about to bite him before the portal sucked him in. So,
so basically, like the premise of this is like they all know that basically Miles' dad is supposed to die, and if he doesn't die, then it's like he's gonna lose the whole world. And so that's the reason why he had to leave like the spider people's like thing. Is he was like, no, I'm gonna save my dad, and they're like, no, if you save him, like millions of people are gonna die, or billions of people are gonna die. And he was just like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna try and save them all. And so they're really at odds. And like basically every spider person knows that this is like every spider person that's there, like they know that that's like the formula. Like these things have to happen for Spider-Man to become Spider-Man, and for a canon to happen. They call it like canon events. So I thought that was kind of that's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm not going to give away like I guess we are talking about most of the movie, but like the ending basically kind of fast forwarding a lot, but this is a long movie. But it kind of ends like with a to be continued. So
which is it's something you don't see very often. Like for
yeah,
something to be like, I mean, other than like Endgame, like that one had extenuation, but you kind of knew that was coming. Like I wasn't expecting this to have a part 2. I was like, oh, this movie's getting really good. Like, oh shit, we're getting close to the 2 hours and 30-minute mark. Like,
yeah, that's like when I was watching, I was like, there's no way they can wrap this movie unless the ending really fucking sucks. Like, there's no way they can end this movie in like in the amount of time they have because this wasn't like Lord of the Rings, like Return of the King. I don't think. I mean, I would tolerate the whole movie going event, but I don't think most people would because that'd be like a 4-hour movie. So
overall, like this movie was really well made. Like they really put the effort, the time, the budget into it because it definitely showed in this.
yeah, it was a crazy stat is that the Into the Spider-Verse made, I think it was around $35 million. 35 million for its opening weekend, and Across the Spider-Verse made $120 million. So yeah, that's a huge bump. And I'm glad because the first one I think most people didn't watch because I don't think that Marvel or Sony really marketed it that well.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, but this one they definitely saw like, oh, there's people love Miles and they love Gwen Stacy and they love all these other Spider people. So yeah, I mean I'm glad they got the budget and also that studio. They did Mitchell's vs. Machines and a couple other ones. Well, I think they're doing the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. I think.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And they look amazing. It's a great studio.
So yeah, the Spider, it doesn't have it. Globally, it made 208 million for Into the Spider-Verse. That's globally.
So what would you? I want to bring Prodigy back in, but what would you give it out of 10?
Oh, for this?
Yeah.
I think I have to give it a 10. Like it was really. I mean, it was really well done. Again, the music was on point. Like the artwork was great. Like depending on what universe you're in, was really cool. The character's backstory, like we got to see that Miles has grown up into being a Spider-Man. Is going through things, and we got some other characters that returned kind of toward the end. The only thing I didn't like is the Peter Parker kind of like bringing his kid into danger.
Yeah,
but like the fact that he was wearing like a robe the whole fucking time kind of didn't make any kind of sense. Like,
it's a dad.
You're going to. Well, I know he's a dad and all this stuff. I mean, I'm a dad, I understand, but like the fact that he was like wearing a robe when he like was going to this other universe, it's almost like he wants to work wearing a robe. And I was like, it's kind of weird. Like, at least could have been Spidey suit up. But I did like his daughter, especially like when she had her little mask on. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But overall, I give it a 10. I thought it was really good. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I give it a 10 as well. Easy 10. This once again has me questioning why are we still making live action comic book movies?
Yeah.
So to me, they should all just give them all to that studio, like have them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah, this was just well made. Like just the comic book feel of it all was really cool. But yeah, definitely a 10.
I mean, the ending was a little questionable, but what happens just before the end is like really really cool. I like right before that, I was like, oh, like I know what's gonna happen. Like this is really bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, so the theory is that the spider was supposed to bite that universe's Miles, which means that the Miles that we have are the I guess what is it 616 Spider Man or Miles was supposed to become the Vulture, or not the Vulture, was supposed to become the Prowler because his dad was going to die, and then like because he looked up to his Uncle Aaron.
Well, no, I think it's supposed to go to Peter Parker.
No, it was supposed to go to Miles. Miles of that universe was supposed to become Spider-Man.
Oh, okay, all right.
And like somebody mentioned that if you go back and watch the first one, when Miles first meets Peter Parker and their Spidey senses go, that Miles's colors are purple and black before they change to red and blue, or something like that.
Yeah.
Which so it shows that because Peter looked at him as a threat, because he's a bit because Miles supposed to become the Prowler, but then by him becoming Spider-Man, he became good. So like they kind of started to synchronize whatever.
All right, now we're done talking about Spider-Man. Hopefully, okay. Let me tell. Yeah. All right, on to the next. What else has been going on? We talked about Spider-Man for a hot minute, but it was a really good movie. So, did you see Jamie Foxx? He's doing better now. Made a video.
Oh, that's good. Not
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything update other than when the last time he was in the hospital. But yeah, he is doing better.
yeah. I guess he had a stroke. He had something happen. He was in the hospital. Then he had a stroke. So I didn't look too much
Damn.
into it. But people were because like one of the conspiracy theories is that he got the stroke because of the COVID vaccine. I'm just like, uh-huh. Like first of all, like I'd be surprised if he was still getting the COVID vaccine. Maybe he is. I mean, I need to catch up on mine, but there's a new one coming out. But I mean, I doubt that it would have been because of that. Like it seems kind of silly. Like there's no statistics, not very high ones, that people are getting strokes from fucking COVID vaccine, or else a bunch of people would have died already from it. Like, come on. But yeah, it was good to see him talking again, and he seems to be doing a lot better because I know he was like he couldn't talk and he was paralyzed or something like that, and he seems to be on the mend, so that's good.
Man, that's crazy because like my mother just recently had a stroke, and so it's nothing to really play with. It's kind of crazy. Like it's definitely life changing. You
Yeah,
basically have to like relearn how to use your body again. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, it sucks. I just hope he gets better. I hope your mom gets, she recovers too.
Yeah, she's doing better. She's making progress. She's able to move more, and like she actually was able to go home. But yeah, she's continuing to do physical therapy, get build up her muscle strength again.
That's great. What else been going on?
Dude, I'm still mad you guys haven't watched Extraordinary.
I'll watch
God
it
damn.
eventually. Kay had me watching some show on Netflix called it's like Barbecue Barbecue or something like that.
Mm.
It's
It's like a cooking thing.
yeah, it's a barbecue competition with it was interesting because there's two seasons out, and the first one was really weird because like they were all wearing like this, they kept wearing like the same outfit, and I'm just like, they're
Mhm.
okay, you're barbecuing, and the first challenge was like hours long, and the second one was like 6 to 8 hours. I'm just like, there's no way you're still wearing the same goddamn clothes. It was like the whole season. I was like,
Yeah.
why are you still wearing the same clothes? But this season they had different clothes and stuff like that. But it was it's a pretty good show. So I've been enjoying it.
There was something I watched recently that looked really good. Um, there's an anime that's on Netflix called it's called Maya and the Third, and it's basically it looks like it takes. I've only watched I watched a trailer for it. It looked pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to watch it though, but it takes place in like Aztec era, and like this one kid is born albino,
Hmm.
which back then they thought she was a fucking demon. They
Yeah.
basically abandoned her to the fucking woods to the wolves, but she basically becomes like a feral, like she gets raised by like monkeys, and it looks really fun cool. It looks like it's made by the same creator of what's that, and it's like Life After Death. It's like a Disney. It's not Disney. It's probably DreamWorks, but it's kind of like like a Mexican like Sugar Skull kind of like um Day of the Dead style like artwork.
Hmm.
But it looks really good. I'm gonna try to watch it this weekend. That's on my list of things to do. But it looks really cool. That's on Netflix right now.
Oh, it came out like last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 2 years ago. Jesus, came out
Maya in the third and the three.
2021. Yeah, yeah. It's
Oh
got
shit!
nine
It looks
episodes.
like
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it came out in 2001, and it
No,
has
no, not
Zoe.
2021, not 2001.
Yeah, 2021. Sorry, but yeah, Zoe's in there. Zoe Zendel, the Zendana, ow, I cannot talk.
Zoe what?
It has Gamora.
Zoe
Gamora's
Saldana.
in there.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry, Saldana, because that's like the little squiggly thing on top.
yeah.
I know what that's called. My daughter does though, because she's in dual language immersion classes. She gets mad when I say words in Espanol incorrectly.
Yeah,
Like
she's
it's
not
kind of silly.
bad.
Yeah. She's like, I don't even speak perfect English, so give me a fucking break here. Oh, Diego Luna's in it too.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Andor. It's an excellent show. Everybody should watch.
Isn't that dude in everything right now? Isn't he in Into the Spider Verse? Is he the voice of
Probably is. I don't know.
Spider 2099.
No, that's a different dude. God damn, I forget his name. He's the guy that played he was in Star Wars.
Is it Andor Star Wars?
No, it's like
the guy who plays that played along next to Finn. He's also in Moon Knight.
Yeah.
That guy.
I forget his name though. Oscar Isaac. There we go. Yeah, I totally forgot about the dude. Anyway, I don't think that Prodigy's coming back. So you want to just you want to wrap it up?
Did you guys talk about Little Mermaid last week?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you haven't watched it? Oh,
yeah, I need to, but you know, my daughter, she watched it like last Sunday. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I think Prodigy actually talked about it last week. Talked about how he liked it. So I would like to talk. I need to watch it and then talk about it.
Yeah, I liked it. There's a little bit of that uncanny valley thing happening with the CGI, but overall I thought it was good.
There's a lot of CGI, obviously.
Yeah.
Well,
like there's some points where like when she moved, like it didn't look natural.
So, I mean, you know, mermaids aren't natural, so.
Well, no, like when she like moved back, like her face is still there. It's like one scene that happened, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" That was kind of fucking weird. But not Jenny McCarthy. What's her name?
Melissa McCarthy.
Jessica McCarthy. Yeah, Melissa McCarthy. She did a really good job as Ursula. Like that was when she was on screen. That was like my favorite. Like she did a really good job. Like even from like singing to like moving and stuff like that, she did a really good fucking job as a villain. She definitely played that role, which was great.
That's good.
Overall, I really liked it compared to the animated version.
What'd you give it out of 10?
I think give it a 7.5.
Okay.
It would have been an 8. They had a couple of songs in there that was like new songs that were like, okay, this is what the hell.
How's my daughter's favorite parts with the new songs? But I mean, you're not 6.5, so you know
that's true.
You're not the
anyone
demographic. Yeah.
But yeah, Halle Berry did a really good job playing the role. That's her name, right?
Halle Bailey.
Haley Bailey. Haley Baby.
I know I mess it up all the time too. I always think Halle Berry. It's spelled very close.
Have you seen you haven't seen Swarm yet, huh? Or you saw the first episode, right?
I watched the first one and I was just like, this is a lot. So I
can't watch it with
Kay.
Yeah, her sister's in it. Her sister plays the roommate. Halle Berry's sister plays the roommate that gets
Haley Bailey.
Yeah, that gets killed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking crazy. All right. Yeah, I don't have anything else to go over. You want to go ahead and wrap it up?
Yeah, it was kind of light. All right, so as for me, I'm back on keto. I'm trying to stop drinking and all that stuff for a little bit, for at least a couple weeks. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I can drop a little bit more weight and then feel better for the summer. Yeah, and I'm also, you know, I'm gonna go see an actual doctor sometime soon, and I don't want to seem like I'm crazy, you know, about to die on death's door from drinking too much. So
yeah,
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna tell him I'm so goddamn healthy. But yeah. So that's why I'm drinking like this gallon. This is a gallon. I didn't know that when I got it. So this is my second one drinking. So I drank 2 gallons of water today. And it's because
I am pissing like a racehorse.
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm literally that thirsty. Because like I work out and I drop like a whole bunch of water from working out. Because I just hop on the Peloton bike and then I hop in the sauna and it's just like I probably drop a good pound and a half, maybe more than that. Like 40 minutes. And tomorrow I'll be doing some jiu-jitsu and I'll drop some more weight. So
you'll be out there rolling.
Yep, I will be. Kay is continuing to recover, so that's been great. She'll be able to drive on Friday, which is excellent because when you can't drive, it sucks. I know that personally because when my foot was fucked, I couldn't drive at all.
It's kind of stir crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and my youngest daughter, she graduated kindergarten last week, so that was great.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She's going into first grade.
You know what's crazy is that like people who had like kids like kind of right out of high school for us, their kids are graduating out of high school right now. That's fucking crazy, dude.
No, I mean those kids are already like in their early 20s. I mean, because my oldest daughter, she's 20. She turns 21 this year, and I didn't have her right out of high school. So yeah.
Yeah, I have a few friends that their kids are graduating high school this year, and it's like That's weird.
I know at least one person who's already a grandmother.
Dude, my cousin, one of my cousins is a grandmother.
Wow.
Her daughter just had a baby like 2 weeks ago.
That's crazy.
I mean, I guess my sister's a grandmother because her son has 3 kids already.
Damn.
Which is great. So I'm already a granduncle. I was a granduncle before I was a dad. Crazy.
Yeah, I wonder. What's interesting to see, like, whose kid's gonna have like the first kid, in, with me and my siblings, but because I mean, my sister has the oldest because she's like almost 30 now, which is super weird. So when she was born when I was in like high school, I think. Yeah, maybe junior high. I think high school. Yeah.
I remember celebrating her 21st birthday.
Oh yeah, she's a trooper. I remember one time. This is a funny story about her. It was during SF Beer Week, and we were out drinking, and we were like on like a third, fourth, maybe even fifth stop. We're at this bar. We were drinking some kind of strong beers, and then she goes to the bathroom, comes out, and then she keeps drinking, and then like I guess she was like going to the bathroom like throwing up. I was just like, oh man, like what? She didn't even tell me until like way later. She's like, oh yeah,
what?
Went to go throw up. She was like, she seemed fine. Obviously she was drunk, but she wasn't like sloppy drunk.
She was doing the wine trick where you're supposed to like just taste it and spit it out. She was drinking it, just throwing it back out.
Were you there when Mr. X threw up on the way back from
oh yeah,
Fest?
dude, in that fucking cup.
Yeah.
That was great.
He's like a ninja. He didn't spill a goddamn drop, throwing up in a small cup on Bart.
Yeah, and then I fucking threw up on the escalator.
Yeah, that was a very throw upy night. I didn't throw up that night though.
That was. We were doing a whole lot of drinking. I miss beer fests. Like that shit was legit the pinnacle times. Not the pinnacle times of my life, but that was a really great fucking time.
Well, I think I'm gonna do SF Beer Week. I'm gonna fly up there hopefully next year, and take the week off and do it all over again.
Cool, man, and join you this year finally.
What's up? You gonna join me? Please do. Hopefully you'll have a job.
Yeah, I'm fucking working on that.
M just got Mishka found a job.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw her LinkedIn update. It's cool. I'm working on it. I have to fucking go back and update my resume. My shit was like seriously outdated. Like I ran into because I know you guys talked about like AI stuff last week, but I ran into an AI resume generator, and I had a lot of I wasn't using the correct tense. A lot of stuff on my resume. Like I had hella stuff that was using like ing ending, stuff like that, instead of using like past tense stuff I used to do, not stuff I'm doing now. So I had to go off and do that. So it was a learning experience. So I definitely been working on my resume.
See, back before there was like AI. It's not AI really to me. I still don't consider this AI, but I hired a resume writer like 20 years ago. No, not 20 years ago. Sorry, 13 years ago. I hired a resume writer, and it was like back then it was like $500, but back then I had a whole bunch of money, so it was worth it.
Yeah, I hired somebody to do my resume. It was really successful, and I've been like slowly building on it as time went on. But I think you've had the same job since then, right?
yeah, I have. I've been with my company for almost 13 years now. So
yeah. All right. So for me this weekend, so a little bash, we decided to start potty training him. So we tried doing the whole 3D method, which didn't really work, but it was basically a learning experience for him and us. So basically what the 3-day method is basically more in the morning, you say goodbye to diapers, and he's wearing like big boy underwear for the rest of his life. That's it. There's no more diapers. And so like you're mainly just hovering around the kid. Whenever he has an accident, you run him to the potty, tell him like, hey, yeah, pee goes here, poo goes here, da da da. And eventually it's supposed to click. Well, for us, learn what his cues were. He actually learned how to hold it, so he was going like hours without having to go pee, and it was super stressful because like you're waiting. Every little move you make, you're like waiting for him to like, oh, he's gonna pee. Let me go run into the bathroom. But like, yeah, he learned how to hold it, and then I felt like he kind of started to catch onto us because like one of the processes is you're supposed to give him like a lot of liquids, and this kid loves drinking orange juice. He loves drinking apple juice, like drinking milk, water. This kid was not drinking anything. He was like, nope. You're like, oh, damn it. So like it took a while for him to like have accidents, so for him to learn. I kind of think that kind of was one of the things that kind of slowed down his potty training. Then like for his daycare, like they require him to have diapers still, or at least pull-ups, until he can verbally say like he has to go potty,
Yeah.
and then it'll like he's got to be dry for like a couple of weeks before they allow him to come in there with just like big boy underwear on. So he's still wearing pull-ups for that. But today was the first day, like I literally brought him home from daycare. We got home, and I was like, "Hey, let's take off your shoes," and he was like, "Potty?" I was like, "You got to go potty," and like he started to like the bathroom before me. And so we got to the bathroom. I pulled off his pants, his underwear. All right, pull up, set him down. He started taking a piss, man. I was like, holy shit! Like it clicked.
Yeah.
I can understand what's going on. But what it was also great was that later on he went to go poop, and so he was like Nancy, the students was watching him, and he like went into the bathroom and she followed him, and he like wanted to sit on the toilet, and he dropped the deuce.
See, so it is working.
Yeah, it definitely is working. It definitely works. Like he understands. Like so the whole thing is for him to learn how his body works, and so he knows like these sensations mean such and such. So he's definitely learning. So now he's just got to learn how to tell us that he's got to go potty, and like we just got to keep working on him. But like yeah, he's fucking getting. It's been 2 weeks since we changed a poopy diaper, which is awesome. Because this kid, his craps are like earth shattering. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than just continue potty training him, like Avatar Waves of the Water just dropped to Disney Plus today, so I'm definitely want to check that out. Shazam 2 is on on Max, so I'm gonna try to watch that this weekend. There's this thing called Buy Nothing, which is like a cool, like, if you have something that you're trying to get rid of, you just post it up for somebody. It's like, hey, yeah, I got this, first come, first serve, it's yours. And this woman had a ride like a Power Wheel, a Jeep Power Wheel that she was getting rid of, and she said it didn't work, like it was broken, like she's like, oh, you can push the kids around and blah blah blah, and like I brought it home, and I went to try to charge it, and I was like, yo, the charger thing is broken, so I went and I looked in the charging port, and the charging adapter had broken inside the hole. I pulled it out, pushed the power button, and it came on.
Wow.
So apparently there's probably like a safety switch in there where if it's plugged in, the vehicle won't turn on. But so when the adapter broke inside of it, like the car wasn't working. But once I pulled that out, it started working. So basically, I got a free Power Wheel for my son to have. So now he's got two cars. He's got a fucking Jeep and a goddamn like a sports car.
It's balling.
He's got this kid's balling. But I had to buy it. Also, you can control it with a remote. So I had to I brought like a remote for like $12 on Amazon. And like I tried to let him ride in it, but he got scared because he started to control it with the remote. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is this? Like, why is this thing moving by itself? He didn't want to get on it. But it's freaking cool. It's got Bluetooth, so I can like connect it to my phone. But also has an FM radio, which is kind of crazy.
That's
so
pretty
like
cool.
picked up all like
Damn.
the local stations. And it's pretty fucking loud too. Like it's not like a little whispering speaker. Like it's like a legit speaker. But one thing that sucks though is that it didn't fit in my Tesla. Like I wish I had my SUV because I could have just thrown it in the back.
Oh.
I had to like take it apart basically to get it home, and like it's still like stuck out of the trunk. So I have to like tie the trunk down and like tie the thing to the car. So, but overall, it's fun to drive. It's basically a remote control car for me right now.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's about it for me.
All right, and we don't have the normal person doing the outro, so follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all the places. Fucking, we're everywhere.
Google us. We'll
Don't
be
forget
there.
to like and subscribe on the video if you like this video. Hopefully you did. So yeah, I think that's it.